Good evening. It is Monday, May 20th, and this is the Tikkun Olam monthly meeting. Take it away.
Welcome. I think, yep, we're going to be doing standard meeting, the Devar Rabbi, if you would like to do that.
You're ready? I'm ready. So It's good to see everybody. Nice to see you all. And this week's Torah portion is Bahar. So we're getting very close to the end of the book of Leviticus. And in this section, we get the commandments related to the sabbatical year and the Jubilee year. So the idea that every seventh year, the Israelites would let the land lay fallow and not cultivate new crops. And instead, for a year, they would live off whatever grew on those crops and whatever they had saved from previous years. So, and some vestiges of sabbatical still remain in society today. It's probably best known in academia, where occasionally professors get a sabbatical. Sometimes rabbis get a sabbatical as well. But there's also some remnants of it in places in the land of Israel, where some fields are left fallow in the seventh year. So there've had to be some adaptations and things and changes to how it can be done. But there are a couple of things that are really worth thinking about when you think about sabbatical. One of them is, of course, it lends itself very neatly to our green group at Macomb and an ecological message, right? That if you keep farming the land year after year after year, the land becomes depleted and stops growing crops anymore. So it's worth thinking about that ecological message that our ancestors were already noticing and already thinking about those things. And so that's not a new thing. It's something that we are still trying to master and still trying to learn. But I think perhaps an even more important message for us right now in the times that we live in is that the sabbatical year requires in everything that we do to occasionally step back and let go and see what's going on in the world and what needs to be done, right? Because I think sometimes we get so caught up in the everyday craziness, that we don't take time to take a step back and look at the world and think about what we can do to make it better. So in that sense, every time we take a pause and think about it, perhaps even every time we meet and have a meeting like this, what we're doing is a little bit of stock taking, a little bit of taking a breath, stepping back, look at the issues in front of us, and then figure out what steps we're going to take to try and make the world a better place. So that's what our ancestors did as well. They sometimes felt perhaps they were too close, right? You can't see the forest for the trees. And so sometimes you have to take a step back so that you can see each leaf, each tree, and make a determination of what direction to go in next. So that's what we as Tikkun Olam do, figure out what direction to go in next and how to make the world better through the action that we in our community take in it. Can you hear us on and to speak God's will?
Thank you. Next thing we had was introductions. I think, well, why don't we go through and introduce everybody? I'm going to start with the way my screen is. So Vanessa, you are first.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Ehrlich. I'm the Director of Lifelong Learning and liaison to Tikkun Olam. And I'm going to go with Ellen Gusson, who's next to me.
Okay, I'm Ellen Gusson. I'm here because I said yes to the Tikkun Olam committee. So this is the first time I've been able to attend. I'm happy to be here. Also here because I have taken on the writing of postcards for our upcoming election. And I know that's on the agenda. Rich is here too, and we will hopefully get this resolved because we hadn't gotten approval to order and we need to order.
Who do you see next on your screen? You can choose whoever
Who
introduces.
do I see next on my
Yeah,
screen?
you
Oh,
choose the next
Megan
person.
Levin.
Okay, I'm Mayta Levin, and I am the liaison with Lake County United. And I sit on their steering team and do various other things. So my next one would be Lynn.
I'm Lynn Frank. I'm co-chair of Tikkun Olam with Sophia. And I'm going to call on Bev.
You're on mute.
Sorry about that. I'm Bev Sherman Lavitt, and I'm involved with the Deerfield Free Store and the Chesed Committee. Amy.
I'm Amy, and I am co-chair of the Chesed Committee with Bev and with Marilyn. And I work with Alan and our team for the refugee families, and right now planning our day of action. Oh, okay. Alan.
Most importantly, I do whatever Amy tells me to do. I'm the head of the Refugee Committee and I co-chair the Human Needs Fund with Floyd. So I'll call on Floyd.
I'm Floyd Keene. I co-chair Human Needs with Alan, and I'm also responsible for budgeting for the Tikkun Olam Committee. So if you have financial needs involved with the project, please talk to me and we'll try to figure out where to get the money from. Rich.
Excuse me, Rich Amond. I work with JCLA and Religious Action Center, and Alan stole my line because I would say I do whatever Ellen tells me to do. So I'll call on Alice.
You're on mute.
I got you.
I
You're
got-
unmuted.
Oh, thank you. I'm on my computer. I'm usually not on my computer. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm Alice Cohn. I take minutes for our meetings, and I also write for the Kahila, and I try to help out on the refugee committee when I can. I am gonna call on, wait, I gotta see who else is here. I'm gonna call on, we got Maida.
I think you got everyone.
Well, except Andy, you joined.
Yeah,
there,
and
so go ahead, Andy.
she's on mute. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of on and off, and so I usually join Rich, and I feel like I want people to know about the green group, so and so I chime in.
I think that's everyone. I think everyone knows Rabbi Ike. And I'm Sophia. I'm the co-chair of the Tikkun Olam Committee with Lynn. All right. So the first order of the reports that we are going to discuss is the postcards, because I know this has been lots of emails going back and forth, and it's been on the meeting agenda last month. So let's try to figure out what we are doing with the postcards and the if we the money that we have for the postcards, because last we discussed we wanted to purchase the stamps. So I'm going to open it up to Ellen and Rich to discuss what's been done in the past and what you would what you recommend we do this time.
Rich, you want me to go first? I'm going to defer to you because you've always ordered the postcards, but I will just say that I think we need to get the postcards ordered so we can get people writing them. There have been a lot of emails back about quantities. We were waiting to get approval. Is the decision final about where the committee's going to pay for the stamps as opposed to letting people who are writing them contribute?
So I think the question that we have right now is, and Floyd, correct me if I'm wrong, we have $500 that we do not have to go to human needs to ask for.
Well, it's $500. Actually, it's $499, under 500. And the money does come from human needs, but if it's under 500, they automatically will give it without any specific action.
So the question is, I think that if we want to stay under that $499, how many postcard, do the postcards cost? Do the labels cost? And then the stamps are 53 cents each for those. So how many postcards do we order? I think
Yeah, well,
are based on that 500,
what else?
that $500 figure, unless we want to let people pay for their own.
Sophia, may I ask a question?
You may, of course.
Lots of organizations ask many people to write postcards. I've been getting requests from to write postcards for different states. Can we clarify what we're talking about here? What postcards for what area?
Yep, Rich and Ellen, do you wanna?
All right, so the Religious Action Center, one of their major campaigns is Every Vote, Every Voice. They partner with Common Ground, I think it is.
It is
A woman named Andrea Miller. While it is a nonpartisan activity, it is directed to those people who are most likely off the voting rolls and to get them registered and get people to vote. We have done this in the past to support our affiliation with the Religious Action Center of Reform Judaism. Yes, there's tons of other opportunities to do this, but the Religious Action Center, it's part of their PR program. Go ahead, Andy, you want to talk?
Alan, can I Andy, go ahead.
Well, I just want to say that there are many organizations, and I'm in a lot of them. I'm sure a lot of you are, there's Indivisible and Vote Forward, and they disperse their cards through different organizations. I got 50 cards the other night at a meeting, and I brought them I was with two other people, one of whom is a Macomb member. I don't have any left. They wanted both bundles, and I think that the paying for them is really unnecessary. Well, I think unless it becomes, and you want to do it, unless it becomes, I don't want to do this because I don't want to spend the money, or I can't spend the money. I would put it out there that, this is a Tikkun Olam project, and we give.
My suggestion, the only reason this discussion even came up about paying for the stamps, because the biggest expense is the stamps at 50, in simple math, we can probably do 1,000 postcards if we have $499 that we're worried about spending.
Right.
At 53 cents a stamp.
Right.
The only reason I thought we should buy the stamps is because last time we did postcards, Ellen and I went to 3 different post offices just to buy stamps for the postcards we were doing. So if we have the stamps available, it'll make it easier. I think when people pick up their postcards, if they want to make a donation towards the cost, they will, and we can collect it. I mean, we're not making them pay for it, but we're having it all done. And to me, that's the simplest way of doing it.
That makes sense to me.
There are 2 steps to the project. Ellen, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to add to that. You're right. The math was 943 stamps to be exact, but it's 1,000. It's 1,000 postcards.
943 and a half, because we
I
could have
think
gone
we
499.99.
I think we can do more than that. Based on what we did last year, we kept ordering more postcards. And as Rich said, yes, getting stamps at the end was a problem, but I think we can do it both ways. We have $500 to spend to pay for stamps when we don't have people that want to pay for them, because there were some people that called me no fewer than 5 times. They did 5 to 10 batches of postcards, but it was a young woman who was working, and I don't know, she lived in the city, but her mother lived in Deerfield. So I went there and dropped off the postcards so that she could pick them up when she saw her mom. She did them all. She left them there. We were happy to put the stamps on her because she couldn't afford the stamps. So there's all kinds of different examples, but we want to give everybody a chance to do this. And so I think a hybrid program where we use the $500 we have when needed, but as Andy suggests, to, encourage Tikkun Olam for people to buy their own stamps is the right way to go. And let's not get hung up on that. Let's get them ordered and start.
And Floyd, correct me if I'm wrong, the $499 is the amount that we can do without going through a process. There could be more funds available should we put together a proposal. And we can do that at the end if we fall short. Just to get into logistics, there's probably 3 parts to the process. We order postcards from whatever Vistaprint. There's a whole, and you order those in bulk, they come in blank. Then depending on the timing, you then order labels from Reclaim Our Vote is what it is. You order labels for Reclaim Our Vote based upon the schedule of activities that are taking place. And they give you a, I don't know, I think I forgot how it comes, but then you buy labels, you print off the labels, you put them in bundles of 20 or 50, and we left them at the lobby of the temple. People picked them up and they went quickly. And you could leave a jar there for people who want to, make a donation towards the price of this, whether they buy their own stamps, we could divide them up that are pre-stamped. It's not a big deal.
Lynn, do you have a comment?
I just wanted to say that for myself personally, I'm happy to put my own stamps on. And I think in the past, a lot of people have put their own stamps on. So when we publicize this, I think we should say that stamped postcards are available for people where providing their own stamps would be cost prohibitive, because we want many people to join in. But I don't really want that to be the stamped postcards to be sort of the first, help me out here. What are the words I'm trying to say? The first thing people go for.
So-
First option. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, the only issue about the stamps was because as we got closer to November last time, stamps weren't available.
Right. And
So you buy this, maybe you don't stamp the postcards, but you have booklets of stamps for people who feel they need them, and if they want to take one and pay for it, you're making it easy.
Alan was next.
I think our default should be that people get the postcards, people buy the stamps and go forward. Only if somebody asks for help with buying stamps or being given stamps do we do that. I don't think we should start out with the idea that we're going to spend money on stamps. We have plenty of people who are well, maybe not happy, but are willing and able to put stamps on at their own expense.
Alan?
I just wanted to clarify that nobody gets stamped postcards. The stamps don't go on until the postcards are written. So I agree with what Alan says. That's the way I did it the whole time, the whole last election. It was very easy to do. As Rich said, the postcards were at the door. I think we can do more than that this time. I think we can solicit people. We can have it in the Makom at Home every week and anything else that's going out. And it kind of, everybody wants to do something. So it gets done. And believe me, when people can't afford to do it, they ask me if there's a fund for stamps, in which case I'll, talk about what we can do for them.
I just want to put it in perspective, just quickly, that we don't ask for money to buy cereal. We don't ask for money for any of our donation things. I don't know why this would be different. For the soup kitchen, we let people know that not to, they have to spend $30, let's say. And we let them know that we don't want that to get in the way. Their help is more than welcome. And we have a fund. But I just think we have to change the perspective. And I think it's fine to help people who want to do it, but say that. But we don't do this every week for every month for every charity that we support.
I just want to be clear. I was not suggesting we pay for the stamps. I was suggesting that we have the stamps available for people to buy from the table so they don't have to chase to the post office when they run out of stamps.
Thank you, Rich.
Do we pay for the Vista prints of the postcards themselves?
Yes,
Do you recall what that cost last year?
no, I really don't.
Rich, do you recall who paid last year?
Yes,
Who was it?
me.
Okay, it's good to know. Thank you.
Or actually, Andy and I shouldn't have said me.
Well, there are many of us that I think would help you pay those costs. So we should,
Well, and there's the labels, there was some expense, but it wasn't.
okay, well, I would just encourage you to let us know,
Okay.
we're happy to contribute.
I respectfully would say that we should move forward. There's not really any debate about this. We're
Right.
in consensus, and I'm sure we have other things to do tonight.
I agree.
So the only decision is not the postcards, because I would recommend buying 4,000 or 5,000 postcards. We will certainly go through them between now and the election. The next batch of labels, is a North Carolina campaign that actually started 3 days ago, but the postcards need to be mailed by July 1st. I think that timing still works perfect. I mean, if we, maybe we can get some in time. Well, we'd have 2 weeks to get them out the gala. But if not, and then I'm sure there'll be another campaign in time for Amy's program, whatever, Day of Action.
August.
And then you're gonna be right in the heart of the election. So there'll be ongoing campaigns. The question we need to know right now is how many postcards to buy. We did 4,000 last year, part of the last 1,000 being for the runoff in Georgia. And the other question is how many labels, what do we want to commit to getting out between now and July 1st in North Carolina? And then we'll have other opportunities to figure it out later.
Rich, you would think we could get those before the gala, do you not?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I might need help getting the stuff printed and, collated. But yes, I think we can, we should be able to have no problem getting them.
Because that's a wonderful opportunity to distribute them.
Right,
We
I
can.
agree.
Okay.
And, we put them in packets of, some packets had 20, some packets had 50, and people took as many as they wanted to take.
Okay, so are we waiting for how many we should get the first round? Are you gonna order all 4,000 at once, or do you want to order
I would order
1,000 at a
I would
time?
order all the postcards at once.
So the question is about the labels for
Yes.
the first 1,000?
How many do we think we can do between now and July 1st? Assuming that we will not start them till around the gala, around the 1st of June.
So we have a month. Do you remember from last year how many you were able to do in a month?
I thought we did batches of 1,000. I don't really.
So
know,
go ahead, Ailes.
No, I was just gonna say, I agree with Alan. I don't think we need much discussion on this. Base it on what we did last year and order it, get 1,000 labels to begin with. We're all in agreement. We want to do it. So I'm just like fussing around with these numbers. I really feel like whatever we did last year, we should do at least that much this year.
So we good with 1,000?
I guess I would start with 1,000, and if we go through them very quickly, then we can do 1,500 or 2,000, depending on the campaign around the Day of Action.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
I think that sounds great.
All right. Okay, we have a decision on the postcards. The next thing is Rise Against Hunger, Vanessa and Lynn. You want to give an update?
Sure. We have over 100 people registered, 111, I think. And we actually have people who signed up for setup and cleanup. I need a few strong people in the morning because you have to lift 50-pound bags of rice. And you know, they're gonna come out and tell us everything we need to do. And but I would love to have another 50 people because it's 15,000 meals. And we
This
can't
is
just,
Sunday the 2nd, right?
yes, you can't just quit.
Sign me up.
Say, oh, we're done.
Well, Vanessa, do you happen to have the link handy for people to sign up? You have to sign yourself up.
Yep,
the
yep,
link,
yep, I do.
Which
I'll put
Vanessa
it
will
in.
post. Hopefully everyone can sign up who's able. Because we do need more people.
Yeah.
There's also at the link that Vanessa's going to post, there's also a opportunity to contribute a donation toward making this happen. And we've received some. We need more. So if anyone has any ideas about getting that funded, we're open to hearing that. And I would love for everyone to sign up. We've gotten quite a few people, but we need more.
We'll probably get $4.99 without putting in a formal request.
Yeah, no, what Rich said is absolutely correct. Realize
I pay
though,
attention,
for the
Floyd.
entire year, all we have is 3,500. And we
Right.
can go over to 3,500, but that would need another formal process. So
What's the timing
I
of this thing, Vanessa?
It's from 10 to 12, unless you're at the beginning or the end. And I'm looking here right now. We have 119 people signed up, and oh wait, I can look and see how much money we have. We have $509, so basically we could double it if we apply for the $4.99.
And Vanessa, how was this paid for the one other time we've done this since the merger?
We have not done it since the merger. We did it on the merger day. Rabbi, do you want to take that?
I believe the discretionary fund funded that, if memory serves.
I believe that too.
Yeah, and before
What's
that,
the total cost we're talking about?
I think
Sure.
between
40 cents a meal, right? You
yeah,
know, so it depends on how many meals you make. So 10,000 meals is $4,000.
yeah.
I think we wanted to-
15,000 then would be 6,000.
Yeah.
We were
And I'm committed to using the discretionary fund for a sizable chunk of that again.
Yeah, we did it for Mitzvah Day prior to the merger. And then we sold, I think we sold T-shirts as part of like,
Oh, we
to
might
try
have.
to raise money for it. I think we, asked for donations and sold T-shirts as part of the Mitzvah Day to try to raise money for it in the past.
So I think our total is just over 6,000 to be, and we've raised approximately 500 so far.
But we're not close.
No, we're not there.
I don't think, okay, I unfortunately can't go. I will be out of town. That being said, I don't know if I've seen in any of this, and I haven't been looking great, but I don't think I've seen anywhere where it's asking for a donation specifically for this. So,
I
It
think
says
that's
it on the form.
okay, on the form when you sign up.
Mhm.
In a second. Okay.
Yeah, you have to click the form to see the donation.
Donation, I
thing.
see.
Ah.
That's why I
Maybe we
haven't seen
need
it.
to publicize that a little better, that even if you
Yeah.
can't make it, you can still donate by clicking on the same sign up link.
Yeah.
So maybe people think, oh, well, we're busy that day. There's no reason to click on that link.
Right, that's.
And they're
that would be
not
me.
seeing the donate button.
It's also an expensive weekend
Yes,
because the gala is not.
yes.
So we're asking for we're already asking for a donation for that. I mean, it's a gala, but
Yes.
Yeah, my other thought to get people is to see if you can get any of the high school and college kids. You know, maybe talk to Ashley and see if they can send out something to, or whoever has the list of high school and college kids. I would volunteer mine, but we're also going to be out of town. But I think that they would be able to help in the morning. So, okay, next.
Back to the money. Where did we get the 500 we now have? How'd we get that?
Donation.
People donated when they signed up.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, when you click the link to sign up, there's a button that says donate. And that was just individual people giving donations of various sizes.
Okay, thank you.
Is it possible to donate without signing up?
Yeah, that's what you just said.
I
Okay.
believe so. If you
Okay.
go to the
I was
link,
unclear on that.
yeah, if you go to the link, you don't have to sign up. You can just click the donate button. There's a red donate button.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure you can do that.
All right, any other comments about? Okay, Rise Against Hunger. All right, moving on. So we just had the
I think we need more of an explanation for members of the congregation. I don't think this has been spelled out sufficiently about the time to be spent or the donations. Make it easy on it, everybody.
If you want to add something else to the flyers.
I think it's self-explanatory. You sign up, when you sign up, all the slots are there, what time everything is, and as far as the cost, again, not unlike the stamps, I feel a little, I don't know what the word is, hesitant in saying that you have to pay something.
Yeah, I think that you want to make it a community day more so than a fundraiser. Although it'd be nice to be able to cover it.
Right.
But that was the main takeaway from when we did it on Unification Day. I forget what we called it that day. The day merged was to bring the entire community together. And that's always what Mitzvah Day was also when we used to do it. So this is one of my favorite activities. I'm very sad that I'm missing it because it's a day where like, this is something good for all age groups, demographics. It's a day that everybody can get together and do something as a whole community, together activity. So hopefully people will donate, but I don't think that should be the main takeaway from it. All right, I'm going to move on to the Tikkun Olam speakers that we just had the one this past Friday. We had the May Tikkun Olam speaker, Abby Zucker, spoke. I think she did a wonderful job.
Hear, hear.
Talking about Keshet. She brought some of the Keshet students, I guess, came and saw her, so that was great. For June, the speaker is Rachel Jacoby for March of Our Lives. That one is June 21st. Any questions?
Yeah, what is March of Our Lives?
That's gun control.
Thank you.
Lynn?
Speaking of speakers, Sophia, myself, Sharon and Linda are going to be meeting in the next few weeks. Oh, and Vanessa, in the next few weeks to sort of put together our slate of speakers and collections for the next year. If anyone has anyone that they would like for us to consider, if you have any ideas for topics or speakers, please email me or Sophia or Vanessa or Sharon or Linda, and we would love your input on that.
If we've had the people in the past year or so, we like to give them a rest and then, you know, maybe they can cycle back in another couple of years.
Okay, the gala tribute book.
It is?
I think so.
Okay, I will tell them.
Our ad for the,
Andy, do you have something?
Well, I just wanted to let you know that in August, we're gonna have Gail Schechter from Home. Housing opportunities and maintenance for the elderly. It is an outstanding project with 3 buildings, intergenerational housing. It has helped so many people. The story is great. She's a wonderful speaker, and I'm just mentioning it as a possible donation. That they appreciate anything. So food, just all kinds of things. I'm services, you want to go and teach something, they would love it. The main house is on Sheridan, just south of Tui.
No, it's not,
Oh.
it's a Sherwin and Sheridan. It should be on the calendar. We want to make sure that
Yeah.
it's on the calendar for August 22nd.
August 16th.
August 16th, that's what I said.
Yeah, Sharon sent us the full calendar that we have. So we'll take a look. All right, gala tribute book.
the ad is purchased. I took the liberty of, we don't really have a Tikkun Olam logo, so I took the liberty of making one. I don't know if we want to use it for other things too. But anyway, we have a nice little world and it's in color.
Can you send that to me so that when I
Sure.
post Tikkun Olam videos, I can put that logo on it?
Absolutely. I will send that to you. I didn't want to presume that we want our logo on everything, but anyone that wants to use it, I will provide it. And by the way, I said I made it, and I actually mean my son made it because I don't know how to do that stuff.
Right. Okay, counting the Omer, Vanessa. How many cereals do we have?
Well, I have to upload a video today, but we're not quite. Today's the 25th day of counting the Omer, and excuse me, there's 49 days, so we need a lot of cereal.
All right.
I think you're up by a few days there, Vanessa. The 25th was Friday.
Oh, okay. So
We need
wait.
even more.
no, well, the 33rd is Saturday, so today's the. Do your math.
I believe today was the 27th,
Oh, okay.
right? And tonight is the 28th.
8th, okay.
And so we're right around the 500 mark in terms of
Yeah.
boxes of cereal at the moment. And that's pretty much most of what we've got on hand. But somehow miraculously more cereal shows up. So we just have to keep asking and pushing for more. So
Here.
Okay, next is Day of Action. Amy.
So we decided the preliminary work is done, all the communication. We have probably 100% returns of everybody that was here the last several years. And I decided that now that everybody knows that they're on board, and with all the work that the office has with preparing for the gala and for the concert that we just had, I decided to give the office a break and not indulge upon them what I need for moving forward. So as soon as the gala is done and complete, then we're going to go full force. So the preliminary work has been done. It's just the communication with our, community that needs to be done, the flyer and stuff like that. And the logistics, lots of logistics.
Lynn.
Amy, is it too late to suggest an organization to reach out to?
We're really full. I mean, we're scary full, almost like too much full.
Okay.
So I don't know. We could talk about it. What is it?
I was going to suggest Gratitude Generation because they came and talked to the 6th grade Love Learning class. And that was well received, and they have a mitzvah coordinator there, for when families want to come up with a mitzvah project.
I think that's a wonderful idea. I mean, the one thing that we don't have yet are the mitzvah kids, the mitzvah projects. So
Okay.
maybe we can talk about that and figure it out.
Why don't I email you?
Okay. And then, Rich, the only one who I haven't been able to connect with is Anna from JCUA.
Okay,
She's the only one I haven't. So can you help me with that one?
yes. They
Thank
will
you.
be there, but I will find out who or what. Okay. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Also, I want to make sure on your list, because we did it last year, the Human Needs Fund with like whatever you have, half a table or a table, just like we did last year.
Okay, I spoke with Alan about that. Alan, are you there? I spoke with Alan correct me if I'm wrong, Alan, but I thought the feeling was that we just did a big ask of the human needs and that we would pass on it, but I'm certainly, open to anything. I just thought because we just did a big ask for human needs that maybe now at the day of action might not be the right time, but certainly if you feel it has a place, that's okay.
Yeah, that's 9 months in between. The big ask started in November with Thanksgiving. So
Okay.
I think my opinion is that strongly we should do it.
Okay.
And I'd
We don't
volunteer
need
to
it.
be the person if
I
you want.
think I read it.
What?
Lloyd volunteered to be there. So
Okay, Floyd, you'll come and do it?
I'll come and sit at the table or whatever else.
Okay.
is
Thank you.
appropriate.
Okay. And just as a little FYI, we're gonna have another table with all of Evan's books, and he's gonna be present for the whole day of action and talk about his books and autograph, and all the money will go to Tikkun Olam.
Oh,
Okay. All right, we're moving on to new business. The first one, the collection for June is going to be a book collection for Keshet, since we just had Abby speak. We did not do a collection in May for Keshet because we're counting the Omer, collecting the cereal. So we decided to move that to June. They part of what Keshet does is set up little book for their adult program. They set up the little book libraries that you see around town. And so they're always looking for books for those little libraries. Those can be new, used, children's, adults. So if you have any books in June or now, bring them in.
Sophia, is this the deal where you bring them in and put them in the bin?
Yes.
Thank
Lynn
you.
is nodding her
give us-
head.
Give us a hot minute till we,
Yeah.
you know,
Get the-
count the Omer.
Right. So we're starting it, I guess, in
In
June. Right. When you see the first flyer. The flyers have not gone out for that. Next new business, school supplies for Herzl and Good Hope Free Will Baptist Church. Again,
So that's our collection, I think, for maybe August and September. Herzl is a predominantly Black school in the city of Chicago, but it's named for Theodore Herzl. And we have participated in other drives for them. They need these school supplies terribly. And I think it's a great opportunity for when our parents go shopping, that they buy, you know, an extra set for a family who can't afford it.
And this is August?
Yeah, right?
August?
yeah.
Do you want that to be at the day of action, a collection box for that?
Sure, that'd be fantastic. Because we have to have it by August 27th, and that's August 25th.
Right.
A
I'll
set,
talk to you about that.
Vanessa.
What?
What you said, they buy an extra set. We didn't hear a set of what? What are they collecting?
I mean, that's
You're coming out.
so no paper. Oh, my internet connection's unstable. I'll put in chat.
What's the name of the organization?
Oh, it's a school,
It's a school,
school, Herzl School. in
Yeah.
Chicago.
You know that when we work with refugee families, the Chicago Public Schools send out a list of supplies that each child should get. And they basically, the list asks for double because there's always children in the classrooms who whose family can't afford to buy the supplies. So it's probably a similar list, Vanessa, to what Chicago Public Schools does, especially since Herzl is a Chicago Public
Yeah.
School.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Father will be very happy because he was a graduate of Herzl Junior High School.
All right. The last thing that we want to mention was, so starting June 1st is the JCC Jewish Film Festival at, it's going to be at the Wayfair Movie Theater in Highland Park, and they're going to be showing Tamar Manasseh's Rabbi on the movie. It's called Rabbi on the Block. I've seen it, so I don't know. I think I streamed it, or I don't remember how. We must have shown it before. But it's going to be June 5th as part of the film festival. So we're letting everyone know. She is the founder of MASK, which is Mothers Against Senseless Killing. For those of, if anybody doesn't know.
And we've collaborated with them in the past.
Right. Which is probably how I've seen the movie before. So.
I just have a
Question.
quick question.
Mhm.
Going about the school supplies I have on the agenda. Besides for Herzl School and Good Hope Free Will Baptist Church. I didn't.
Yep.
So it's for both?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And the Good Hope Free Will Baptist Church is the church we've been collaborating with. We've done a couple of things with them.
Right, right.
Juneteenth is coming up too. So we're planning on doing what we did last year and having folks come up from the church. We're trying to add one component to what we did last year, which is having Cantor J meet with the music director of Good Hope Free Will Baptist Church. And we'll see what comes of that. So there'll be a little musical collaboration for that too. As long as I have the floor for a second, I'll also mention that we're working on a civil rights journey for November, right after the election. So November 9th to the 16th, I have the outline for the journey, and I'm putting some finishing touches on it this week. So we should be starting to get some publicity out about that after the gala. We're going to start in Atlanta on June 9th and finish in Memphis on June 16th.
November.
With Alabama in between.
No, November,
Not June.
November.
November.
What did I say?
November.
She
June.
said June.
November.
Wishful thinking. We couldn't, we're good, but we're not that good to pull it
Yeah.
together in 2 weeks.
Right. So
Rabbi,
I did
this
it in
is
June the
just-
last time it was beastly hot. So I think November. is actually
Right.
a better
Hell
one.
no, we are not going when it's beastly hot.
Yeah, it was
Not
100
happening.
degrees the last time I went down to Alabama. So,
No.
so November should be very comfortable. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, Rabbi, this is just FYI, but I think the RAC is planning to do something similar in the fairly near future. Have you heard
Yeah.
anything about that?
I have not.
Okay, well, just put that in your mind. I don't know if they are, but I heard they were talking about it anyway.
Okay. Well, they can join ours if they want.
Right. They should know we're having one.
Exactly.
That is all, I think with that we had for reports and new business. We're not having a meeting in June. Our next meeting is July 22nd. Vanessa's gonna be at camp.
But Rabbi will be here.
Okay, the Rabbi will be here. Anything else anybody wants to add before we sign off? Andy?
I do have something.
Mhm.
Tomorrow there's a nature walk at Sunset Woods. I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but It's really feels good to get outside and walk. It's very enjoyable. We have a professional leader, Liz Ricketts, and it's a very nice way to spend an hour. So what?
In the pollinator garden.
And the pollinator garden, we're always wanting volunteers. Next weekend is opening the garden on Saturday and Sunday. One is a morning and one is an afternoon.
I thought they were both at 10.
I thought one was in the morning and one was in the afternoon, but I might be wrong.
I'm guessing here, but I'm guessing that it's Saturday afternoon and Sunday morning.
That's what that sounds right.
So as
I
not to
thought there was a
conflict
morning.
with
and
either
an
the
afternoon.
wedding on Sunday or the bar mitzvah on Saturday.
Right.
Andy, wait, could you go back for a minute?
Yeah.
Sunset Woods, where are we meeting and what time?
9:45 to 10:45. And we're meeting at that long parking lot on Sunset Road that's kind of midway between where it's past the tennis courts.
Uh-huh.
So we've never been there.
Okay.
Okay, the soup kitchen's not till August. I'll get that out. We do support the legislation called the Earth Bill. And there's going to be a webinar. I'm going to send Sharon and I'll send it to Sharon to post. I just got the flyer, but it's it's on Zoom and it's May 28th at 7:00. I think it's worth everybody's time to hear about this critical piece of legislation that really is treating things like they are an emergency, which they are. And there's a short video I'm not sure it's on the link. I haven't opened it. But I'm encouraging you to take an hour and listen to it and watch for it being posted. So it'll tell us what to do, what we need.
Anybody else? Yep, Meta.
Okay, I just wanted to update you a little bit on what's going on with Lake County United. This is all of affordable housing. So the Waukegan property, which the Lake Behavioral Hospital is donating to us, the demolition of the buildings that are already on there encountered some asbestos cleanup, so that's delaying some things. But once that's done, the application goes into the Illinois Housing Development Authority for money. The second one is in Libertyville. The Libertyville team has a meeting focusing on parents with adult children, physical or mental or developmental disabilities, because a portion of the affordable housing will be for these adult children. Their team is looking at 2 possible properties and is also interviewing developers. There are developers who specialize in affordable housing. And Lake County United itself is looking for an organizer, because our organizer has been promoted. And so they found a couple of people they're going to interview. And that's pretty much all I know.
Great. All right.
Except if you haven't contacted your state senator, this is RAC, Illinois. If you haven't contacted your state senator and your state representative about Karina's bill, I would encourage you to do it. And if you've done it, do it again, please.
All right, anything else? All right, I think we can adjourn.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
you.
Everybody.
Bye. Have a good week.